To begin the program, Dave Sear. Thank you very much, Oscar. I'd like to bring out two of my closest musical friends, the singer and guitarist Debbie Rich and the oboist and English horn player James Byers. And we're going to try to wrap ourselves around these WNYC microphones and play some music, both old and new.
And sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Oddy-doo, oddy-doo-da-day, oddy-doo, oddy-day-dee. He whistled and sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. She left her father's castle gate, she left her own true lover, she left her servants and her state to follow the gypsy rover. Oddy-doo, oddy-doo-da-day, oddy-doo, oddy-day-dee. She whistled and sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Her father saddled his fastest steed and roamed the valley all over. He sought his daughter at great speed, and the whistling gypsy rover. Oddy-doo, oddy-doo-da.
If you'd like to help us out, feel free.
Do oddy-day-dee, good. Whistled and sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. He came at last to a mansion fine, down by the river Clady, and there was music and there was wine for the gypsy and his lady. Said she, my lord of freedoms all over, and I will play till my dying day in the whistling gypsy rover. Oddy-doo, oddy-doo-da-day, oddy-doo, oddy-day-dee. He whistled and sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Heart of a lady.
Gypsy Rover is an old song that comes from England. We'd like to follow it with a new song written by a couple of friends of ours that hail from Virginia. Their names are Robin and Linda Williams.
Liza wakes up early in the morning, kicking at her husband and yelling at her kids, get up, I'm giving you a warning, or I'll give you the hopping fits. Today is Monday, tomorrow is Tuesday, Wednesday will soon be coming on. Better get up and get moving, the week's half over and the washing ain't done. Sister had a habit of sucking on toothpicks, Junior had a habit of nipping stuff, Granny had a habit of bitter juice in an old tin cup. Brother John, he chased women and Papa had a habit of drinking wine. Liza had a habit of blistering the air, making every one of them throw the wine. Chickens in his hand when he ran into Liza with a butcher knife. He grabbed that rail and he took his stance, and he swung for to give old Liza a whack. Liza did the dodge and Liza did the dance, and she tucked her shirt right off his back. Funniest story I ever did hear. Liza woke one night and took to her ear. Out through the window in the pale moonlight, she saw a stranger in the garden as big as life. She grabbed that gun, gave the triggers a pull, and she fed that stranger 2 barrels full. Come Dave, like the kids wanted to know who blasted down the new scarecrow. Liza wakes up early in the morning, kicking at her husband and yelling at her kids. Get up, I'll give you a warning, I'll give you a hopping fix. Today is Monday, tomorrow is Tuesday, Wednesday will soon be coming on. You better get up and get moving, the week's half over and the washing ain't done. Today is Monday, tomorrow is Tuesday, Wednesday will soon be coming on. You better get up and get moving, the week's half over and the washing ain't done.
Many, many years ago, as Oscar was telling you, back in those days when I was playing New York gals on the banjo, and Oscar was saying good evening friend as part of the introduction to the Folk Song Festival, Oscar and I got together and we made a few records that still turn up every once in a while. When somebody comes back and said, you know, I had your record when I was in college, I know that what they're talking about is a couple of albums of bawdy ballads that I think it's fair to say Oscar created. Because really, all Oscar needs is a verse or a fragment, and out of that he can fashion a whole song, or play, or symphony, or book, or who knows what. Many years later, when I met my good friend here, James Byers, I discovered that many of those melodies come from grenadiers and fusiliers and all kinds of British military men that have music that goes way, way back. Now, James Byers is really here. You normally would see James playing for the New York City Ballet, but we were able to waylay him and bring him down here tonight. How come you're not at the ballet tonight?
We have a night off.
You have a night off, that's what it is, right. I want to assure you that it wasn't the money that brought James Byers down here. Debbie and I are able to make James come and work with us because we know something about him that he doesn't want made public. But there's a wonderful ballet that he plays very often over there. It's one of my favorites. It's called Union Jack. And much of the music that comes from these British grenadiers and fusiliers gets played in that Union Jack ballet. And we tried to see what we could do with it to bring it to you tonight. And, This English military, martial, stiff upper lip kind of music reminds us of a song that we kind of very much wanted to play today. The British, and especially the Irish, have the most wonderful anti-war songs because of so many wars that they had to go and fight in and be maimed and killed, that this song kind of tells it as it is. As I was a-walking along Radcliffe Highway, the recruiting party came a-beating that way. I was listed and attested, and before I did know, it's to the King's duty I was forced for to go. When first I deserted, I thought myself free. When my cruel companions informed against me, I was quickly followed after and brought back with speed. With chains I was loaded, heavy irons on me. Court martial, I very soon got, and they quickly passed sentence that I should be shot. May the Lord have mercy on their souls for their sad cruelty, for now the King's duty lies heavy on me. How to hoedown. If you feel like tapping your feet or clapping along or singing with us, please do.
mountains, my home's across the Smoky Mountains, and I'm never gonna see you anymore, more, more. Never gonna see you anymore. Rock my baby feet are candy, oh rock my baby feet are candy, oh rock my baby feet are candy, and I'm never gonna see you anymore, more, more. Never gonna see you anymore. Goodbye, honey, sugar, darling. Oh, goodbye, honey, sugar, darling. Goodbye, honey, sugar, darling. And I'm never gonna see you anymore, more, more. Never gonna see you anymore. My home's across the Smoky Mountains. My home's across the Smoky Mountains. My home's across the Smoky Mountains. And I'm never gonna see you anymore, more, more. Never gonna see you anymore. Hey! Recognize that song? You ought to see my Cindy gal, she lives way down south. She's so sweet, the honeybees swarm around her mouth. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you someday. Now never marry a Cooper Union girl. Here's the reason why. She blows her nose in the old cornbread and calls it
pumpkin pie.
Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you someday. She went up on the mountain, she hollered down the hill. Every time she said I won't, her echo said
I will.
Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you someday. Summertime, I had her in the fall. Come wintertime, she threw me out, said,
Goodbye, baby, that's all.
Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you some. Well, get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you someday.
For many years, the definitive song about mermaids was the Eddystone Light. You know, when you think that sailors used to go out for years at a time, 2, 3, 4 years, away from their wives and their sweethearts, the symbol of a mermaid rising out of the sea waist high could really be a wonderful thing to dream about. And the Eddystone Light lasted for many, many years until our own Shel Silverstein came along and wrote this song. When I was a lad in a fishing town, an old man said to me, you can spend your life, your jolly life, sailing on the sea. You can search the world for pretty girls till your eyes grow weak and dim, but don't go swimming with a mermaid, son, if you don't know how to swim. 'Cause her hair is green as seaweed, and her skin is blue and pale. And I'll tell you now, before you start, you can love that girl with all your heart, but you're just gonna love the upper part, you're not gonna like the tail. So I signed on to a sailing ship, and the very first day at sea, I spied a mermaid in the waves come reaching out to me.
Come live with me down in the sea, down in the ocean floor. I'll show you a million wondrous things you never did see before.
So over I jumped and she pulled me down to her seaweed bed, and a pillow made of tortoise shell she placed beneath my head. She fed me shrimp and caviar upon a silver dish. From her head to her waist she was just my taste, but the rest of her was a fish. Yes, her hair was green as seaweed, and her skin was blue and pale, but her face, it was a work of art, and I loved that girl with all my heart, but only loved the upper part and didn't like the tail. Then one day she swam away, and I sang to the clams and whales. I missed her fins and her seaweed hair and the silvery shine of her scales. Then her sister, she swam by and set my heart a whirl, 'cause the upper part was an ugly fish, but the bottom part was a girl. Yes, her toes were pink and rosy, and her knees were smooth and clear, and her legs, they are a work of art, and I love that girl with all my heart, but I don't give a damn about the upper part, and that's how I end my tale. Weave me the sunshine out of a falling rain. Weave me the hope of a new tomorrow, and I'll fill my cup again. Weave me the sunshine, weave me the sunshine out of a falling rain. Weave me the hope of a new tomorrow, and I'll fill my cup again. Thank you. It's been wonderful to be here with you tonight.